Picture this. You're an old IP. You're retired. Sitting in the vault. You had your run, and it was a good one. And you have your fans still around, and they remember you, and they think about the good times. Until one day, the company's new CEO orders that vault opened. You just see men pouring down those stairs with buckets and machines, ready to milk the shit out of you and all your friends in that vault. This may seem like a metaphor, but at some point in our modern day, this happened. When fully original things died and the milking process began. Almost every good media or IP from the 90s to 2000s, even the 80s for some of them, now in the current day and age, 2025, has been milked to shit for the most part. At some point down our societal road, we set up the milk pumpers on the all our beloved things from the past, and the owners of these IP just collectively decided it's time to get to milking. And for most things they have. But you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. In a world of nonstop milking, there's things that are chock full of it, baby. Just waiting to be squeezed. And this video is about my top 5.
Monty's top 5 IPs that need milked.
Number 5 is a bit of the odd one out on this list, because it's something that I'm not even a fan of myself, or have even tried. But any kind of quick research into this, it's easy to see that it has a huge, crazy cult following. And it's the PS2 era JRPG, Legend of Dragoon. Now, it's not I mean, I just had to put this on here because it takes like 5 seconds of looking through pages or groups that love this game and seeing that it would go crazy if they had more stuff for it. People are literally begging, digging through dumpsters just to see, like, just for a copy of the game still. There is no doubt in my mind, without even knowing much of the IP itself or even the fan base, that if Square Enix decided to bring this bad boy back out, it would do numbers. That being said, on number 5 though, the rest is things I am quite a big fan of, which is why at number 4, I've got Prototype. The first game had me by the balls. Free roam, absorbing people. Everyone remembered the Incredible Hulk game, whatever that game was from back then. I think made by the same people even. They just took that formula and went turbo with it. And then also said, what if you could just absorb people and transform into them? Which was awesome. The first game a lot better than the second, but both still pretty good. And well, I just think there's so much more they could do with that whole thing. Like the story is like built for a TV show or a movie. Are you kidding me? A living sentient virus, the whole zombie thing, everything, man. It's just that whole thing, the whole Prototype story, IP, all of that is a huge untapped well, in my opinion, in my correct opinion. But what can you do? Can't break into the Activision vaults and get the rights back or nothing. If you're watching this, Activision CEO or employee higher up, bring back Prototype. Like, I'd take anything with it, honestly. It doesn't even need to be a game. The gameplay was a cherry on top. The world, the story, it would be perfect, especially for this day and age of bringing things into movies or shows that were games. Just do Prototype and don't make it ass, please. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. And on from Prototype to number 3, baby. And then for this slot, I've decided to throw in Chrono-Trigger. Old JRPG with an amazing story. Even more amazing character design because it was Toriyama design. He took a break from Dragon Ball, Dragon Quest, and he designed him up some chronos and triggers. It's something that blew me away even 20 plus years later playing it. And also something else that Square Enix just kind of wiped their ass with. You guys like Toriyama's designs? We're keeping it. We're locking it up. Well, honestly, I think they just fucking forgot about it. I think the higher ups don't even know that shit existed anymore. I wonder how much stuff is actually out there where it's just like, there's like one guy at the company anymore that even remembers it. But this is just another, maybe even more cult followed classic JRPG that they locked up, threw him in jail, didn't let him back out. Maybe milking the Chrono-Trigger has been, the time's passed on that one, I feel. If Chrono-Trigger came back, I wanted to come back with full Toriyama designs, not whatever it would have to come back with nowadays, because God knows And now we're at number 2. Another thing dear to my heart that has pretty much been vaulted and occasionally remembered. And that's about it. And it's Berserk. If you didn't think Berserk was going to be on the list, you were wrong. Man, we got one anime that is actually good that came out in the 90s. And we got 3 movies that connect to each other. Pretty good also, from like 2016 onward. And that's it. But other than that, we got the manga. It's like one of the few things, it's like one of the few IPs that is as big of a manga as it is, and just gets absolutely dog walked in any other form of media besides that 197 anime. I do like that. I like the anime, not the new anime. Don't watch that. That's PTSD just thinking about seeing one episode of that thing. Guts deserves better. He deserves anything. Put him in a game, a good one, not an arena fighter, like in a good game. Put him in a game that's not an arena fighter. All right, that's all I'm asking. Put him in a show that's not ass, not pre-Eclipse. Why is everything pre-Eclipse? There's literally nothing post-Eclipse besides the fucking show we don't talk about, and the very first episode of the 90s anime. That's also post-Eclipse. But that's it. It's all Golden Age. I know everyone loves the Golden Age, don't get me wrong. But there's literally so much after the Golden Age that has never been touched at all, never been tapped into. And to people who say an anime for Berserk just doesn't work because it's too hard for them or too much to translate Murata's style into anime, like that's just objectively wrong. Like it may not look as good as the manga itself, and it's not gonna have ink splash arts manga style and shit, I doubt. Like, look at Castlevania, Netflix Castlevania. That studio could easily do some good ass Berserk. Just something to think about. And if anyone from that studio is also watching this video, maybe get that one going. And finally, we've reached my possibly hot take, maybe controversial, but definitely correct, number 1. And that, my friends, is Yu-Gi-Oh. And I'm not talking about cards. Obviously, they're milking the shit out of the cards. But I'm talking about animes, baby. I'm talking about shows. I'm talking about lore. I'm talking about art. Anything. They ain't doing shit. Sure, they got the new boxes or whatever they're dropping. The coolest thing they've done recently is drop that anime short backstory style thing, lore video, and then drop the structure deck for it, like with those cards. That was sick. Like, we need stuff like that. Give us a new anime, man. The last animes, like after 5Ds, nobody cared. Like, I'm sure there's people watching it, but in general, nobody gave a shit. Nobody cares about watching Link summons on the anime. We want to send people to the Shadow Realm, dog. Send people to the U-Bell dimension, whatever that shit was at the end of GX. You know what I'm talking about? Send people to fucking crashing at 300 miles per hour on a motorbike playing a card game with dragons, ancient fucking dragons spawning in the sky. That's the kind of Yu-Gi-Oh that the people need. That's the Yu-Gi-Oh people deserve. And even if they don't go that direction, there is so much more in the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh that they could use. Like, there's cards, there's Egyptian lore to explore, there's card lore, there's so much stuff. And instead we got Vrains, something I've never watched, so I can't really like shit on it too bad. But I cannot be the only one who misses the old Yu-Gi. Like, part of the biggest appeal of the Yu-Gi-Oh card game is the characters and their card archetypes, the subsets. Like, give us some cool ones. There's such a drought in the card game itself, because it's like, in my opinion at least, they come out with a new set, which is cool, but it's like who cares, man? Like, I think Snake Eyes is cool. It's older by now, but it's newer of a card archetype, like deck archetype. It's just not as cool because who uses it? Odeon doesn't use Snake Eyes. Yugi doesn't use fucking Snake Eyes. Yusei doesn't use Snake Eyes. Like, nobody cool uses that shit because it's not animated. It's not like in the manga. It's nothing. Would Spirit Board be that cool to play? Would Spirit Board have been that cool back in the day to play if Bakura didn't play it? Like if they just came out now with a Spirit Board set, maybe made it more viable for the meta, but it was still Spirit Board to some extent. Like people would probably play it because it's an instant win, and especially if they made it meta nowadays. But still, it's not the same. 5 Exodias in your hand, that would not feel as cool winning with 5 Exodia pieces if there wasn't the Exodia obliterate goddamn scene. Like, you know what I mean? There's just if Yugi doesn't say a Exodia obliterate and blow Kaiba's ass to smithereens in an entire animated scene, then it just would not be as cool or even fun to be playing Exodia in real life or video game, what have you, and win, because you're like, okay, cool, you're winning, but it's just like, it's not the same, man. Yu-Gi-Oh's built on the anime. Yu-Gi-Oh was built from the anime and the manga for dudes with cool deck types fighting each other with their monsters and shit. And now it's just like devolved kind of into just card game, because that's what makes the money, I guess. And you know, you gotta pour a whole bunch of money into animation and shit. But also, rest in peace, Takahashi. I'm sure that's also a big aspect to the whole no manga thing. But I just want something. I just need something. Even if you don't give me the characters, like a whole new anime, keep doing the lore. Keep doing the card art lores and stuff. That's still cool. It's not as cool, at least in my own personal opinion. That's correct. Like, I would rather play Dark Magician because Yugi played Dark Magician, and I think that was awesome. Like, I'm like if I'm a Yugi fan, then I'll play Dark Magician, right? Because Dark Magician's cool. I think Yugi's cool. So, like, that's gonna be my guy. Like, would it be as cool to you or fun in your deck type to play Dark Magician, like, with no backstory? How many people do you think would have been, like, how many Dark Magician fans do you think we'd have if, like, he wasn't a Yugi card, if he was just a card, you know? Well, personally, I would like it to be like a full-on anime style, like characters, decks, everything. It still is pretty cool when they do like the new thing with the animation short and the deck, the structure deck they dropped with that. Like, that was cool. If they do more stuff like that, even like if they drop new boss monsters and they got whole entire lore backstories or archetypes and shit, like, that's cool. Keep doing that kind of stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh, and we'll see how back we can truly be. That was my top 5 list of IP that needs milked more in a day of over milking. Most people probably argue, like, you know, keep it preserved, which, to be fair, I understand, but everything's milked nowadays. So, I mean, who knows? They could be coming for all these just the same. Once the milkers are fully milked right now, who knows what they're gonna go back down in the vault and grip the teats of next. Could be any of these on the list, could be none of these on the list. But with that said, like the video, subscribe, check out the other videos on my channel maybe, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Goodbye.